What's going on, everybody? Kenny Bomber's in the building, and EA just dropped a brand new trailer for UFC 6. Now, even though I wasn't invited, I was able to get my hands on the beta, and I'm going to let you guys know what I think about it as we watch this trailer. So let's jump in and get right to it.
One of the best things about MMA is that everyone's fight is different. In UFC 6, that fighter individuality drives gameplay.
All right, let's start right there. So that's one thing I love about this is the fact that even though we don't have all new animations, we do have new animations that make these fighters actually feel like themselves. Now, some people were also saying that UFC 6 looked exactly like UFC 5. After looking at this trailer, or if you got your hands on the beta, I don't think anybody can say that anymore. I think the character models look a lot better, and they also reworked the atmosphere. So the cage looks better, and there's like a blur effect they put on the audience, and I think that makes the characters look a lot better just for the contrast. Now, there's some other things I want to get into, but let's go ahead and continue the trailer, and we'll finish up there.
Ensuring no two fights are the same. Now, every decision you make carries the same consequences as the real thing. From the highs of ending a fight with a KO.
All right, let's go to KOs. Now, they did incorporate some ragdoll physics here. If you look at his legs, how they actually twist when he's knocked out. I was watching my boy play, and he got knocked out, and he actually had his head folded in between his legs. So I think the knockouts do look a lot better this time. Do they feel as impactful as they should? I don't know if we're there yet, but I think the knockouts are a bit better.
For catching a submission and a takedown scramble.
Okay, and we can talk about that as well. Submissions in the ground game, exactly the same. I don't like it. I don't think we'll ever get back to the glory days of the UFC Undisputed games when it comes to the ground game. But you know what? The good thing about the beta was when I was playing, I didn't run into anybody who wanted to go to the ground. I think everybody pretty knows it's not good. So everybody was willing to stand and bang. And while it shouldn't be like that in an MMA game, unfortunately, that's where we still are with UFC 6.
To the lows of being dominated by a suffocating ground game, UFC 6 is powered by fighters. A sweeping overhaul of fighter movement, blocking, and idle animations.
That's what I love as well. Idle animations. Now, this was something we did have in UFC 5 as well, but things like this, where the fighters actually look and stand like themselves, I love it.
Adding strategic depth to your fight. Captured directly from UFC athletes, more than 1,000 new animations and 100+ athlete-specific idols make every strike, slip, and move feel authentic to the individual.
I had to let him finish there because how could you complain about that? Sure, some of the animations are the same, but as he just stated, there are over 1,000 new animations. And I guess if it's like a basic hook, it might just feel generic. But a lot of these fighters' movements and their punches will feel like it's coming from that fighter. And that's a big plus.
In UFC 6,
look at that. Oh my goodness. Look at the sway. Now, everybody's not going to be able to do this, y'all, but that is just like Dominic Cruz.
In UFC 6,
you got to be good to sway and wave like that.
Your style. You step into a matchup that feels entirely your own. The pressure of Nick Diaz's fight now distinctly contrasts with that of Anderson Silva.
This is another thing. So I was going to wait to get into the flow state, but I like the fact that if you actually fight like that fighter, it gives you a boost for your flow state. So you can see Anderson Silva here, he's swaying like he really does, and it's boosting up his flow state.
With sapient tech mapping their bodies, fighters are more anatomically accurate.
Look at the difference there. Look at the difference. So we can see what they did there. So the pinpoints they actually put on his body, check his neck in UFC 5 compared to his neck in UFC 6. This gets you the fighters look, even his shoulders. This makes the fighters look a lot better than they did before. So anybody who's saying the game looks the same or the fighters look the same, clearly with this trailer, they're proving that everybody was wrong.
Choose a fighter with a longer striking range and you'll feel the reach advantage over an opponent with less.
Another big benefit, and this shows that you are going to have to fight with that fighter exactly how they fight, because if you're fighting a John Jones versus a Daniel Cormier, you're going to want to try to wrestle that man because you're not going to be able to reach him.
Details like hair.
Look at the difference there, y'all. This looks like a video game character, okay? This actually looks like him in real life. I don't know if they actually created this with like the create a wrestler system or create a fighter system, and with this they actually did a face scan, but that's what it looks like because the difference is night and day. My bad, y'all can't even barely see it.
muscles, and skin match their true life counterparts.
Just look at Sean O'Malley. I got to get myself off the screen for this one. Look at the difference in his face there. You can see the details down to like the scars and scar damage he has. Look at his ears. You can see he has the cauliflower ear. It's good stuff, man. Like I said, I don't think the game looks the same at all, y'all. It's a big improvement.
And clothing moves better. All upgrades from UFC 5 that add realism to the fight. The fight gets more personal in UFC 6. With multiple variants for core strikes, you now have the flexibility to get creative on your gameplay style.
Israel Adesanya looked kind of crazy there, and I wish Yuri had his ponytail, but I guess he did cut it, so it is what it is.
Yuri, your looping strikes have more.
We'll have the Eagles or whatever they're calling them this time.
Whereas when you use Alex, your left hook is more short, delivering more damage to your...
Look at that. You can feel it. It's kind of got a little vibration on the punch. Some of them do feel impactful.
To be a great fighter, though, you also need to defend, and choosing how to protect yourself is just as important as the approach you take when attacking.
Now, this is where I got to get better because I just go in there balls to the walls.
In UFC 6, 4 new blocking styles give you more options to defend. A balanced style, which is well-rounded, featuring responsible hands.
This is actually the first time I'm seeing this,
providing
so...
with a stronger block, but slower movement.
Slower movement.
Meaning you're fluid, faster, and more efficient. And the Philly shell, which comes with some...
So look at how Dustin Poirier actually blocks like Dustin Poirier in real life.
Exposure, while also reducing damage to the head and body.
Love it. Oh my goodness. That fighter uniqueness.
Also looks different, with all new head movement and lunge animations.
Oh, look at that. Look at the sways, man.
Another layer to authenticity is real-time contact, where every strike lands where it's placed and when it should.
Oh, like some of it looks so impactful, but when you actually watch the replays, it kind of feels like your fighter is brushing against the other person. But in game, you can actually see that impact. Oh, my God.
Drive through the target, making every
see, like that, like that.
And feel more visceral. With improvements to game.
Oh, so y'all can't feel that.
Hit reactions and deformations feel authentic, leading to more impactful.
Now we see some of this stuff is
animations, reactions. And
that feels good for that knockout right there.
More impactful and brutal
you can. I love how they shake the camera and everything. Add so much more to it.
Across the entire roster. Every fighter knows there's a moment when they're fully locked in.
Let's talk about the new addition to UFC 6 that some people seem to hate, but personally, I love it because there's nothing worse than getting your opponent on the ropes and being too gassed to go get them. Flow state fixes that issue. So when you activate flow state, you feel like Superman, but you are not invincible. When you turn this flow state on, you still can slip on a banana peel and get knocked out. So you got to be careful when you're using it, but I think it's very beneficial.
Limited time bonuses for each fighter. It works in 3 layers. A base effect, which gives a passive boost to your fighter. Flow boost, which help build your flow meter faster for fighting in a specific style.
So I didn't even know there were levels to it when I was playing. Again, I only got to play like 10 matches because I didn't get approved for the beta. But I was just trying to build up the flow state to actually go into it. I didn't know it gave you different benefits as you built it up. So that's actually pretty cool. And also, I do like the fact that if you fight like the fighter you're using, then that actually boosts your flow state up more. Just like that. So that's another cool part of it.
Flow state, which adds a powerful gameplay boost to help you finish the fight.
Oh, look at it. Some people are saying it's cringe. I mean, say what you want about the animation, but I think it's a cool idea.
Combination of 5 boosts and 1 flow state.
Now, there's a lot to this. I'm going to do another video once they give us the full breakdown of everything and how it works, and we'll break it down. Try to see which ones we'll pick to make the perfect fighter.
Adding an additional layer of depth in fight strategy with every fighter.
Authentic atmospheres. So I haven't seen this part of the trailer yet.
With cinematic color grading, lighting, and lens flares, adding realism to every moment. Licensed venues have also been refined with site-specific lighting and atmosphere, giving MSG,
love that.
MGM Grand, and T-Mobile Arena.
Some arenas have like the cool color, some have the warm color. I like the cool colors like this.
Personalities of their own. Inside the octagon, 3D spatial crowd audio and ambisonic sound pull you deeper into the fight.
See, they reworked the whole atmosphere.
You'll hear a boost buffer announce your name from the PA above your head.
So it's more than just the look. The crowd sounds better too. So if you're playing with surround sound speakers, it might sound like a UFC event.
Tied to specific fighters.
Oh, come on, y'all don't do that to Patty the Batty.
And reward success.
Oh my goodness, I love how the impact on these strikes look. I know earlier I said it wasn't too impactful, and that's because I'm comparing it to some of the replays I've seen, but watch when Max Holloway punches him.
From unprecedented
It looks like it turned his head in a circle.
To specific fighters.
Oh, even that kick right there.
Momentum swings and reward success.
Oh, look at that. The game looks a lot better, man. And for those of y'all who said it looked the same, I think y'all are crazy.
UFC 6 is built around fighter individuality, making every matchup feel different and every style worth discovering.
UFC 6, y'all. I don't know if y'all know this or not. Y'all might be new here, but I'm a single player gamer. I don't really like to play online too much, and they are coming hard with the single player mode. So this is probably going to be the game I play more than any of them since the THQ Undisputed days. It's looking good. After playing a few matches in the beta, I think it feels good as well. What do y'all think about what we've seen from UFC 6 so far? Let me know in the comment section. But thank y'all for tuning into this video. Don't forget to drop a like on it and smash that subscribe button if you have not already. Bomb Squad, let's get to that.